Hey everybody, my name is Anthony Vandenheuvel. I am here with the stash itself, Danny Lindahl, and we are super excited to bring you round one front nine coverage of the MPO3 card here at the 2019 Glass Blown Open, presented by Latitude 64.
It's not really the MPO3 card. That's the third featured card. They didn't earn their way on there. It's just, no, it's
well,
just
they
sheer
did.
luck. Well,
But
I guess
just not
yeah.
by play, just by being cool people.
Here, just watch it and find out what happens. We've got Chris Clemens and Eric Oakley on the commentary. They're gonna have a good time. And let's hear who's on the card.
Grady Shue, Nate Sexton, Calvin Heimburg, and Dustin D. Kitty Keegan, looking fly with those sunglasses. What do you think of the course, Chris?
Man, I'm loving it. I'm loving the new changes. I've been looking forward to this tournament for like the last 2 weeks. I've been telling my buddy, touring partner Jordan Castro, I'm like, I can't wait to get to Emporia. We're treated like royalty here, and this is a great course to play on.
Absolutely. Starting off with a banger on hole 1, 1,093 feet. This is one that can be a pretty easy birdie for the Men's Pro Open field if you keep your disc in bounds and give yourself an opportunity on every single shot. So we'll see how these guys play it. That's a Fusion Raider from Grady, and he is going very big.
He crushed that. I think he's trying to eagle this thing.
Stay in bounds, baby. Dang it, man. It didn't make it back in, but he should still be able to salvage par with another smooth hyzer.
Dustin's probably throwing a defender?
That or an enforcer. I'm not sure which one
I
he's
know he
favoring.
throws both.
But that's a good play. He's not bringing much danger in, putting himself in an opportunity to just kind of rip one over the hill.
Yeah, it's kind of the shot you're going to see a lot on this hole.
This was another shot that I saw people take that I never felt comfortable with, because if you leave it low, that tree is mean.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to get very far on your next shot either.
Calvin Heimburg, being 7'8", I think approximately, he throws the disc incredibly far. If anybody could eagle on this card, I think he has a very high chance.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This hole kind of sets up perfect for his shot shape. Kind of throws those low flex shots. It's going the same disc, it looks like.
Just gotta stay over those trees.
Oh, no.
That's a tough break. Caught that tree and just happened to catch a roll. That's never what you want to see. This is a good shot. You have a lot of area to the left side of this fairway to just put it in play and trust your upshot skills to give you a chance to get up and down for that birdie to start your round.
Yep, and that's well played too. I think with this being a par 5 and it's the first hole, it's pretty easy to throw a couple 400-foot shots and then throw a layup, from 250 to 300 and then get your 4. And that's kind of all you're really hoping for. Calvin's trying to eagle this thing, it looks like, though. Get in
Love, dude. Hashtag blessed. Calvin Heimburg catching a good break.
Grady's playing the road the whole way down.
Get up there.
That looks good.
That's a good recovery after those two kind of tough breaks of not making himself back in bounds and rolling out.
Yeah, and sometimes it's kind of hard. Your first couple shots of a tournament don't go the way you want, and then you have penalties on top of that. It can rattle you a little bit.
Absolutely. And Sexton is such a incredible player when it comes to playing with his strengths. He just goes backhand, puts himself in play, sidearm, giving himself a look for birdie. That's, if you want to watch disc golf and learn actually how to play it at the high level, just go dissect Sexton's game. It's good.
Yeah, he's kind of a golfer. I know that when you're playing ball golf, you're kind of looking to where you want to miss and what holes you want to attack, and he plays that thinking man's game. And some people say it's safe, but I say it's smart.
Absolutely. We got 3 birdies from Keegan, Sexton, and Calvin. Grady's cleaning up just a bogey 6 after a great approach to the green.
Yeah, we got hole 2 here, 731 feet. They moved the tee box over right a little bit, so if you're a righty, you have to throw even more of a turnover shot. If you're a lefty, you got to put a little more hyzer. You go over the OB a little bit more. So I like it. I think it's a good change. I think it's a little longer too.
Mm-hmm. It helps bring in a challenging tee shot where you can kind of dissect it. You can throw a low shot. You can throw a high flex shot. You can throw the you can throw the wide turnover. I was opting for the sidearm like Sexton is probably doing here. Nope, he's gonna roll it.
Nice. I haven't seen anybody throw a roller here, but
Burn.
and it'll work. It's a smart play.
Mm-hmm. And this one you don't have to. You don't have to bite off that much. They're depending on what shot you want to be your big shot. You can play this one pretty safe and give yourself an opportunity to throw a good second shot and put it in the circle, or give yourself a circle 2 look. And it's not anything you have to be too aggressive on.
Yeah, that's the thing about this course, I think, is you can kind of choose what shot, especially on the par 4s and 5s, that you want to get aggressive on. And I think that the second shot's a little better to get aggressive here. It's a little more open.
Grady's really leaning on that Fusion Raider, and he's sending it a long way, but it seems to be kind of slipping out on him a little earlier, just hyzering out just a little bit. It is a new release, so we haven't had as many reps as we may have liked, but knowing Grady, he's got an incredible throw, so he'll be dialed in soon enough.
You think that's an X-Cal or a Destroyer?
It could be any. It could be either. I know he's. I heard he was throwing even a Wraith this weekend.
Oh yeah.
And that one just comes up a little short. It's pretty easy to do going uphill.
Yeah, last year I remember throwing on this hole, and I was throwing maybe Felon for my second shot, but this year I'm throwing Enforcer, and so it definitely is playing longer.
Oh, totally.
Unless you're Calvin, you just throw super far.
Yeah, that was definitely a Firebird from Vinny. It's a good play from Grady.
Yeah.
And this hole especially, I remember when it gets windy, this one I feel like catches the most because it's got a little bit of uphill, a little bit of downhill, and it runs on this basket. So
Yeah.
on the days that we do find some wind, you're going to want to really put this one nice and close. Make that par or birdie real easy.
Yeah, I know. There's OB back and right of the basket. There's not any really behind it, and it's on the left as well. So it's more about distance control. Calvin got the 3. It's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Left it a little short.
Dustin's a very good putter, so he's going to dial in after that. The second hole of your tournament can easily, you can either be feeling that hot, or you can be, all right, let's refocus, let's get ourselves dialed in. Keep your eye on that link or that spot to help you execute for the rest of the round.
Yeah, we got hole 3 here. It's 489. It's downhill, so I'd say it plays about 460 or so. Some people go the right side and you're over OB the entire way. It's a little risky. You can go kind of straight at it too. You can go the left gap. There's a couple options here.
I was talking with Simon about this, and we were talking that we think this is one of the hardest par 3s on tour. Even.
Yeah,
it's
tough.
Such a tough shot, but not for Calvin Heimburg.
Every time you said something, Calvin's just proving you wrong here. God.
He knows I'm talking about it. It's like, oh, really?
Looks sawed off a little bit.
But that's a good play, man.
Yeah. That's a spot. That's that Sexton golf coming into play.
Mm-hmm. He's got an opportunity to score, but he's not putting anything in danger. He's not making it hard for himself. That's a beautiful
There's that
flight from
straight
Dustin.
shot.
You can tell he's kind of thinking, no nonsense, give myself an opportunity to score, and let's move on.
Oh, it's a bad break off the tree because I was going to come right in there. It looked like.
Mm-hmm. And that's the scary part about that hyzer route is it does bring in this OB that if you don't execute, there's a really good chance you're going to find OB and BOB the whole time, and that's again with a lot of these holes, that's the way you bogey. I feel like more often than not, you're not bogeying when you've kept it in the fairway. Your bogeys are coming from OB strokes and things like that.
For sure. Ah.
That's
there it is.
Great putt.
The judge. He likes those.
Some
There it
good
is.
focus.
Yeah, that was like the exact same putt he just had, and so he threw it higher, and that's what you do as a golfer.
And you can't think about shots, after the fact. You just have to learn from it and move forward. Brian Lamro told me that a couple years at Piney Woods, and he was like, "Dude, look forward."
Yep.
And I've stuck with it ever since. So for you as a lefty, hole 4, I feel like is incredibly difficult. For us as right-handed players, it's just smash it, throw the hyzer, get it to stick, and give yourself an opportunity. What's your play here?
I go forehand. It is kind of tough sometimes because usually I haven't thrown a forehand. Ooh, get down. Wow.
That is so far.
He threw that really hard. The first couple holes I have a lot of backhands, and so it's nice. And then I get to this hole, and I'm like, oh no, 400-foot forehand. That's big, and I probably haven't thrown one in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But I just kind of do what they're doing. Just throw the big hyzer.
And if you guys don't know, Chris Clemens has a monster sidearm, like probably one of the biggest on tour. So he can read off a lot of the right-handed players' games with these hyzers because he just sees the line and throws the same shot.
Yep. Skip.
That is a tough break. That is short grass that he did not get a jump off of.
And to be honest, I've seen that a lot right there. I've landed there multiple times, and it just doesn't skip. It just digs.
Yeah, and this is one of those that I feel like you need to choose your miss as well, because that's the better miss, because he has a 20-footer for a 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously you don't want to miss, but if you're going to, that's the place, because
you have a chance for your par save. Here, you're just kind of laying up for your 4.
Mm-hmm. As you run a putt, you're looking straight at the OB behind the basket too.
I think most of these players, especially, they're looking at this hole and they're just trying to put it inside the circle.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really think about OB. The only time you would think about that is if the winds get high. And then you got to think about, what if I flip it too much or something like that. But
Totally.
The conditions were perfect today. Set a little high.
There you go.
There it is.
This is the United States Amateur Match Play Championships. The championships start with your local bracket with a sweet players pack and some prizes, and it ends here in Emporia, Kansas with some absolutely insane prizes. If you're looking to take down the championships, head to discgolfmatchplay.com.
Yeah, I think the par 3s here, there aren't a lot of, what you would think of as gimme par 3s. There's always danger, and you always feel good if you birdie one of them.
Oh, absolutely. Like you can comfortably go an entire round and shoot a 1,000 rated round without a 2 on your card on this course. So
yeah,
it's picking and choosing your spots to get the scores. Hole 5, par 4, very uphill, and OB left, OB right. This is
get
they
down.
move this pad up slightly, and we see Gary leak a little left, but he should have a wide sidearm route or a turnover route to get to the basket. And I watched Vinny throw this, and I was impressed because he's making these trees is so far.
Yeah,
he's got that angle control, and he just trust that he's going to send.
And he
the
threw it
disc.
so low, he didn't need the height to do it, which is really advantageous, especially when it gets windy.
I do like this play from Nate. Again, he's put himself in just a place where he's not challenging those trees, so he should be able to comfortably throw around them. But it does funnel really tight towards this green, so
That looks good.
your second shot is incredibly demanding. Dustin's such a great thrower.
Yeah,
for
I
this,
think
too.
the right side, it's a little more open. It can be a little scary, though. On the left side, it kind of holds your discs in there. That's a good shot by Nate, it looks like, if it beats that tree.
Give
And that's
himself a look.
fine. He has a putt. It's
I
easy
like-
to go OB on your second shot here,
Come-
for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And that's how it happens because
Yep.
you're trying to be aggressive. You're playing uphill. This was probably a slight headwind as well, so it was kind of holding on to discs a little bit longer than you'd like. Just kick him in. There you go.
Yeah, the drive is demanding, so you're really just trying to throw it far and be in a good spot, but you really want to be, pretty left or pretty right, so you have a more open shot. That looks beautiful.
That's
Is that a
great shot.
compass?
That is an Opto X compass
Yeah.
from
That was
Grady's.
nice.
You guys should go check out his tour series along with other players on the road trying to make it happen. I think that is a
That's fine.
gummy rhino from Calvin Heimburg. He's going to be able to put the pizza in the oven from there.
Ah,
Yeah, Nate's just off to a slower start when it comes to putting, but he's had circle two, circle two, circle two.
Yep.
And it can feel like you're putting bad at that point where you've only had circle two looks for birdie, and you feel like I can't do anything, I can't get it going. But if you trust the process and trust that, hey, whenever I get those circle one looks, they're going to be good.
right. And I know I talked to Nate, and he said that at the beginning of the round, he definitely did. He was kind of limp wristing his putts. He wasn't quite getting on them. And but I know that we play kind of a similar game, and so all I ever really want is kind of a chance for birdie, a look for birdie, and get my par.
So hole 6 is a 343 uphill par 3. OB to the left of the basket, OB to the right.
OB
and-
short.
Yeah, OB long now. I think that was a great change that they added because players were just able to rip it as far as they wanted. Now you have to have that distance control. And Vinny is challenging the OB, but putting himself in a good spot.
I'd say this is probably about as close as to a gimme birdie as you get out here.
At the MPO field,
Yeah.
I feel like most of the players should be getting it. And I think, even for the lefties, you can give yourself an opportunity. If you have a
Right.
good sidearm or if you have a good backhand, you have to challenge that tree, but you can definitely put yourself with a chance to score. And hole 6 averaged, 0.4 strokes under par. So we did see a lot of our players get this. But again, beautiful conditions. You can't even see that flag is barely moving. So, it's just throw your shot and get your birdie.
Yep.
This is a little early from Grady, but he'll still have a look.
Be a long look, 40, 50 feet maybe. I've seen him make these quite a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. It's a good run.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes those are the putts that can really turn your rounds around.
Yeah.
One of those dropping, it can feel really good. Hitting off the band or leaving it short can, just keep you very complacent and think you're not going to get anything going.
Nate left it short again.
Mm-hmm.
Just not getting that pop on it.
And watching Calvin play is annoying because he's very good.
Yeah.
But he
It
just
makes it look easy.
He does, and his putt, he doesn't even look like he's throwing it, but it comes out so smooth. You can tell he's put in the practice, and Florida is, taught him well. We've had some great players come out of that area. So hole 7 is a incredibly demanding par 4. Very low ceiling, off the box, OB to the right and left, where you throw down towards this creek and then throw an uphill shot that you have to navigate through these trees. I honestly love the change here. I do think that the straight gap is very, very punishing if you happen to miss, because if you hit that branch that Vinny's going to try and navigate underneath, you're re-teeing.
Yeah.
Because this is OB. But he's going to throw this.
Or do you go? I think
6
you might
inches
go
off
to
the
the
ground.
shorter tee. I think.
What?
I think you may go to the shorter tee
I
you
don't
miss.
know.
I thought so. Like to the tee right up there by those trees. He's flying right there.
We should check the
Should
book.
probably know that. Huh?
Yeah. Well, if you know, tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
I actually take not this route, but to the left, and I throw a sidearm out to the left because I just didn't even want to think about challenging that branch. And I love being in a place where I feel comfortable that I can throw a good second shot.
Right. It's another one of those holes that you can choose to be a little safer on the tee shot, and then you can go at it on your second shot. That looks like a smash.
That's a Fusion Raider that is going places.
Yeah.
Wow. What a shot from Grady.
Yeah, and see, it's pretty open here. It's kind of hard to bring the OB in play, and so you can just kind of really go at it. Looks like a Sexton Firebird, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got a putt.
This is a grouping of incredible drives.
Yeah, they're way up there.
They're all
He's throwing a rhino.
hunting birdies. No, that
Is
might
that
have been
a
his
Firebird. Yeah, they kind of
He
look the
could have
same.
thrown a Reiner.
Yeah, he probably could have.
This one's just leaking a little left. Still
It's a
got
putt,
an
though.
opportunity.
25 feet or so.
Mm-hmm. So I guess this is the reward, though. If you throw that gap, like you can be in business for a pretty routine approach. So I guess I get it.
Whatever you want. What do you think?
Great hit,
Yep.
Dustin.
Made that look easy. I think that's kind of what a good hole should do, is reward you for being aggressive and but give you the option, to play a little safer.
Totally.
There it
We're
is.
gonna have a star frame here.
Wow.
Now this hole did average just under par at 3.97, so that's a pretty solid average for a par 4. Now
Yeah.
onto a monster of hole 8.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is a new change. They kind of combined 2 holes here and made it into a par 5, and the tee shot, it's pretty downhill, so it's easy to kind of float out left, and there is OB over there, but it's a good hole. I like it.
I mean, the tee shot itself is incredibly demanding. It's downhill and funnels everything to this left tall grass. So you're going to see a lot of players challenge the OB on the right and do what they can to get this disc to sit in the fairway, because it can easily
perfect.
skip and run.
Yeah, it really can.
That's a great shot from Calvin. He just takes a super overstable disc and just hammers on it.
And it being a par 5, you see how the fairway kind of tightens up where they're throwing it, and that's exactly what can happen right there. It just funnels, and that wasn't even a bad shot.
No.
You can kind of throw to the bigger part of the fairway and chip your way up and have a look at 4. I'm sure.
I definitely wish I would have practiced that.
Yeah.
I think you can play this hole a little bit smarter and not throw such a big shot, because where that cone is the old tee pad.
Right.
And I feel, the basket's pushed back slightly, but we can manage that.
Yes, and I think getting an eagle here, I don't know if there were any, but I mean, it's possible. But for me, I think going, the shorter route, safer route, and kind of guaranteeing a look at birdie is the way to go.
Not necessary to try and attack this one for that eagle. Now, this is the shot that I think is
That's
such a
perfect.
demanding play, and Dustin Keegan has made this
Sit
hole
down.
look good.
Yeah.
Throwing a backhand on that shot is so difficult because the ground leaks left, you go over a hill, and you lose ground. And if that disc is hyzering, see ya. It is so gone.
I think Grady's going for an eagle here. It looks
He's
like.
going very, very big. Beat him. Oh, no.
And you would think that that's far enough left, but you really got to get over there. It tightens up once you get over the hill, and that's what makes this hole hard.
Mm-hmm.
And Nate's going out over the water. He probably wanted to get that a little more left.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the play here. So you go back out into the middle.
There's a tree that you can visualize that is the water's edge. It just stands up just at the top of the hill.
It's got to sit down.
Slow down for him. Yeah.
But he's up there,
Mhm.
and he'll have an open look, so he should be able to save a par. Grady's going aggressive again. Oh, no.
He's found the same OB.
I wonder if he's going to try to go left this time. Nope. He's in.
But that's what this hole can do. I think the gauntlet 7, 8, 9, and I thought it was going to be 7, 8, 9, but everybody's made 7 look super easy. But I felt that these stretch of holes are incredibly difficult, and once you get past 9, you can kind of start to get into a rhythm. You can find some birdies. You can get hot on the back.
I agree.
So if you manage the front really well, pick up some birdies, and even get under on these 3 holes, you're in business, man.
Yeah.
You can be playing a stellar round of golf.
For sure. I think this being a par 5, if you do go out of bounds on your drive, you can definitely get up and down for your par. Yeah, but these holes are super tough, and especially because they're brand new. So we're all playing them for the first time,
We
getting an
haven't learned the
idea.
intricacies of where to
Right.
be and whatnot.
Right, getting an idea of how we should play them. And they're just tough in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nate played that well.
Nate's starting to find some fire, getting his putt going.
Grady had a tough hole there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you get, risking, that risk reward. And he was trying to go risky, and it didn't pay off that time.
Yep. So hole 9 is a move tee pad. We have a tunnel shot to throw through, which is great out here on these big open courses, because then you have to kind of zone in and actually hit your line rather than throwing through the open air. This plays very far back uphill and very right. It tucks, if you look at the map, it's tucked way in there, and there's OB everywhere around this basket. So this is a incredibly demanding par 4. If you go OB at all, you're going to a drop zone.
I think this is a great play.
Oh, just butter.
Yeah, the fairway kind of curves naturally for a backhand left-handed player or a forehand. Some righties I've seen people throwing mid-ranges because they kind of hold straight, land soft.
I like that. And when I was talking with Eric McCabe about this hole, we were talking about how it's a distance control shot.
Yeah.
And that's something we really haven't seen a whole lot. You have to choose the right speed of disc. You could throw the right line with something too overstable, and it just leaks left and goes OB.
That looks perfect. Yeah,
Dustin's really good.
Yeah, he is very good. He likes these shots straight.
Oh, that's that Oregon golf.
Yeah,
he's
that's true.
He's out there doing it.
He needs to get down. That flipped a little bit more, and that was going to be money.
Mm-hmm.
And it might roll back in.
Give him the love.
He's just not getting any love today. Yeah, and this drop zone is not easy. I think kind of the play here, you just kind of got to concede your bogey and accept it, because it's hard to get all the way over there.
This is just the plays. Put yourself in bounds.
Oh no,
that's not the play. Never mind. What Calvin did was the play. Put himself in bounds, trust that he's good enough to get up and down, concede the bogey, and go on to the next one.
Dustin's probably going big turnover here around the corner. And it's tight. It takes a really, really good shot. And this looks like it's really good. Wow.
What
Well,
a shot, man. That is so good.
That's how you play that hole. Sexton's kind of going the way I would like to play this hole. You know, the hyzer, the backhand hyzer for me. He's probably throwing Firebird, and that looks good.
And I believe hole 9 was the second hardest hole to par on the course. Hole 8 just behind it. So this is one that really challenged the players. And, you know, hopefully as we get through our 4 rounds, you know, we see players figuring it out.
Yeah.
Starting to lower that score.
Probably not
as
being
time
so
goes on.
aggressive. Probably
Yeah.
going, you know, mid-range, and then maybe when you get around the corner, you know, throwing a good solid shot. And if you have a putt, great. If you don't, take your par. Because par on this hole is pretty good, I feel like.
Par on this, I believe I saw that par was 1,000 rated out here.
Yeah. Yeah, which I was telling a couple of my buddies. I was like, yeah, I think par is usually 1,000 rated. I didn't know how the course would play this year, if it'd play easier or harder, but it seems to be playing harder.
So Grady's having a slow go of it, but Dustin, Sexton, and Calvin are all putting up some good numbers on this front 9. Stay tuned for the back 9, and as always, be dynamic.